Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Completionist, crappy webcam version. Unfortunately, while I'm away guys, this is the best video quality you're going to get out of me, especially for 10 and a half months out of the total year. So what I wanted to do for this episode, guys, I know it's been a bit of a long time, since I made a video, but I actually have a lot of events coming up, especially in the next couple of weeks, that I wanted to let people know about. I guess first of all, I actually have my wife coming up to visit me for about 45 days. She's coming up next Saturday, and she's actually going to be taking her high definition camera and tripod and stuff like that. So I'm going to try to get some episodes of A Completionist Point of View filmed, and maybe a few other video projects as well. It could be a good way, to use my free time, when I have days off up here. Besides, obviously, spending time with the missus. So it's one of the things I look forward to. I actually like to make videos, when I have the free time to do so, but from time to time the job can get pretty busy. And surprisingly, the winter, tends to be the slow time of year for us, but it's actually been a pretty busy winter for us thus far. All of us have been kept pretty busy. I know for me there have been a couple of times in which I worked as many, maybe 12 to 18 days straight. So it'd be nice, to get to spend some free time, especially with the wife coming up here, because I only get to see her about 100 days a year. So I'm actually pretty grateful, she can actually get time off work, to come up here and keep me company. Also, probably the biggest thing, guys, is every time that my wife comes up and visits me, we usually plan a trip to the States, to get away from the freezing cold winter, especially up in northern Canada. And last year we actually went to Las Vegas, which was actually a really enjoyable trip. Besides seeing a lot of shows and stuff like that, I got to go to the Pinball Hall of Fame, and we also got to go to a retro game store or two. And this year, guys, my wife and I were actually going to Seattle for a week. The reason why we're going to Seattle is my wife literally fell in love with the city when we went there in late August, early September for PAX Prime 2012. Unfortunately, we didn't get much of a chance to see a lot of the city. We spent the majority of the 4 days that we were there, at the convention itself. So there's a lot of places, my wife would like to see in that city. I don't know. It's kind of funny because you figure, if you wanted to get away from the cold weather, you'd go somewhere warm. You'd go to the Caribbean, or Las Vegas, or California. But we're not really ones for, I guess, like tropical getaways. I guess we're kind of we prefer a bit of culture to our vacations, because usually when we go on vacation we like to visit a lot of museums and historical sites and stuff like that. And we noticed that Seattle has a lot of great museums in that area. So it's one of the things we absolutely look forward to. I know one of the biggest reasons why my wife wants to go to Seattle is my wife is a really big fan of musicals, and she likes to watch live musical theater. And one of the musicals she always wanted to see, I guess consider it a bucket list item, but she always wanted to see Lion King the musical. And strangely enough, we set up our trip because Lion King the musical is actually playing in Seattle during the time we're going to be there, and we actually got tickets to go see it. We're actually going to go see it at the Paramount Theater, which was the same theater that they used at PAX Prime for the video game concert. And I think it was the same theater where they had Hideo Kojima there for PAX Prime 2012. Also, one of the reasons why I look forward to Seattle is my wife and I, we have a really good friend down there that unfortunately we can't see very often because he's a very busy filmmaker and he's quite an editing mastermind. So we always like to see him, if we're in the same area. So obviously, Joseph, I look forward to seeing you when we get time to get down there. Also, if Joseph has any free time, Joseph is actually going to help me film I guess the channel trailer for my channel. We've talked about it a little bit, and I think I have a really great idea, how to do a trailer for this YouTube channel. So if he has the free time, but obviously I don't want to bug him. I understand he's a busy guy. We're actually gonna film a little 1-minute trailer. So that's if we have the free time to do so. But as I keep saying before, I really don't want to take him away from anything, and I especially don't want to be a burden to him as well. Also, guys, one of the things that I actually am looking forward to when I go down to Seattle is I actually can't wait to do some retro game shopping while I'm down there. The last 2 times I've been down to Seattle, they've actually treated me really well, with regards to helping me build my Sega Dreamcast collection and my Sega CD collection. And even though a lot of people complain that they feel that a lot of prices at a lot of retro video game stores are really expensive, I have quite a bit of money saved up because I'm only 1 game away from finishing my Sega Dreamcast collection. Sorry, let me rephrase that. My North American anime-style Sega Dreamcast collection, and the only game I'm missing for the Dreamcast right now is the original Marvel vs. Capcom. And I'm about 5 games away from finishing my North American anime-style Sega CD collection. I already have a lot of the hard-to-find, fairly sought-after titles obtained. I think the only 5 titles I'm missing for that system right now are Road Avenger, Time Gal, Soul Feast, Sylphied, and Prince of Persia. So I hope to find the remaining games, for those systems while I'm down there. But also, guys, I don't know, I'm not completely familiar with what YouTubers, live in the Seattle area. I know Metal Jesus Rocks is down there. I know Caffeine Media Girl is down there. I know Ryan right now is roughly in that area. One of my Facebook friends, Ryan, he also lives fairly close to that area. Because on the weekend of the 22nd and the 23rd, I hope to do some game hunting or some game shopping. And if any of you guys are in the Seattle area and you want to do any kind of retro game shopping or anything along those lines, I'm definitely up for it. But more importantly, I don't want to take anybody away from anything. I understand that all of us as individuals, we have our responsibilities and stuff like that, and I want to be polite and I want to be respectful, and more importantly, I don't want to take anybody away from anything else. So if anybody wants to get together, if you're close to the Seattle area and you want to go out retro game shopping, I'd highly be up for it. Also, one of the things that my wife wants to do as well is, the last time we were in Seattle, my wife actually collects vinyl records for a lot of the music she loved in the 80s and 90s. And the last time we were in Seattle, she actually found a lot of records. So she's actually going to be doing some vinyl shopping down in that area as well. So anyway, guys, it's like I said before, if anybody lives in the Seattle area, or if you're going to be in Seattle that weekend, if you want to do any kind of retro game hunting or anything along those lines, I am completely up for it. Because not only am I going to be shopping for myself, my best friend, he's actually really close to finishing off his licensed NES collection. I think he's only less than 20 games away from finishing the entire thing, and he already has a lot of the more expensive titles obtained. I think he's only got maybe 5 big expensive titles left to find, and I think he's sending me about $300 or $400 so that I can knock a few more NES games off his list. So I guess when you go down there, I guess for the most part you never know what you'll find. But more than anything, I hope I can find something for myself, and eventually, find some of the games he's looking for his NES as well. So anyway, guys, before I head off, a few other things I just wanted to talk about is, unfortunately, I'm not gaming as much as what I used to. I've actually been watching a lot of anime lately. I just finished watching all the hack anime, and just last night I finally completed my first game for 2014, which was Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, which is a 3DS downloadable title. Really good game. Definitely one of the better entries in the Ace Attorney series. I don't think it's the strongest entry in the series, but I think it's pretty damn close. I still think Trials and Tribulations is the best entry in the Ace Attorney series. So I finally got that game completed last night. So anyway, while I do work away from home, guys, like the only video games that I actually play when I work away from home is just 3DS games, DS games, and PSP games, because eventually I'm going to have to complete everything anyway. So what I'm actually in the middle of playing right now is I'm playing my PSP right now, and I'm going back to on the 2 games on the PSP. I'm on my second playthrough of Trails in the Sky, which is a really excellent JRPG for that system. Definitely one of the better JRPG storylines I've played in a really long time. I've already completed everything as much as I could on the first playthrough, but in order to get everything and to get 100%, you do need to play it a second time. So I'm actually playing through that right now. But the other games that I'm actually that are on the queue, I guess, that I will be playing eventually, is that one game I've started right now is Ys Opa Felgana, which I know is a reimagining and remake of Wanderers of Ys 3 for the SNES Genesis, and I think it was on the Turbo Duo or TurboGrafx 16 or something like that. I'm really enjoying the game. The English voice acting in the game is really well done, and I'm actually quite impressed. And the gameplay for that game is incredibly sharp. I just finished beating the first dungeon in that game right now, but I've already done my research on the game, so the game is going to have to require multiple playthroughs in order for you to complete it. The next game I'm going to be working on, to complete on the 3DS is The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. My favorite Zelda game of all time is A Link to the Past, and I've been really enjoying this game, even though I think the bosses in the game, especially on the first playthrough, are a little too easy. I almost got the game completed on the first playthrough. In order to have it 100% completed, you need to play it twice. Before I fight the final boss in the game, I'm just doing the chicken dodging game. That's the last thing I have to unlock on the first playthrough. You have to dodge chickens for about 999 seconds, to unlock the big chicken that could refill your life at any time. It's an incredibly hard task to do, but I notice myself as I'm playing it more and more, I'm actually getting further and further through it. So I'm sure I'll eventually beat that minigame in due time, but I don't think this game will actually be very hard to complete. It's just that minigame that's actually tying up a lot of my time right now. And the next game that I'm going to be playing for the DS is a game that I haven't heard anybody ever say a bad thing about. A lot of people love this game. I didn't get a chance to play it when it first got released, and unfortunately, because of that, initially the game was very hard to find because it came out like really close to Christmas time, so it had a very short print run. But thankfully the game has had a second print run, and I actually look forward to playing it because a lot of people have said a lot of really great things about it. And that game is 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. Now I know this game has a ton of different endings, and I know it is going to require multiple playthroughs, but it is definitely a game I look forward to. So anyway, guys, I haven't really been buying any retro games right now, just because I simply don't have the funds for it. Money is usually a little tighter, especially over the winter season. Like we have been busy, but it's not like up to the quality of being summer busy, where you're working like 11, 12, 13 hours a day. So the only games I've been buying, I've been trying to keep up with all the anime style titles that have been released so far in 2014. Even though, if anybody's familiar with my rules, I'm kind of actively done collecting for anything new right now. Like, the only system like I'm keeping up to date with right now is the 3DS, but the PS4, Wii U, Xbox One, and the PS Vita, I'm not even collecting for right now. I probably won't even start collecting for the system until I finish completing all the games for one of my older systems, and once I pass that collection on to somebody else, then I'll eventually jump into one of the newer systems. But by that time we could already be moved into the next generation of gaming. But me, I'm a bit behind the times, and at the end of the day, I'm perfectly okay with that. So anyway, I pretty much got all the anime style games for the systems I'm collecting for right now. I know a few anime style games have come out for the PS Vita, but I'm not collecting for the Vita right now. So I just wanted to show you the games that I bought right now. I think the only two that I've missed are I didn't get the Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13 Special Edition, because I didn't realize that it was a website order exclusive, and unfortunately I missed out on it. So unfortunately, sometime later this year, I'm going to have to pay the inflated price on eBay to actually get it. And also, another game I missed out on that I hope to find is this Dragon Ball Z open world fighting game that I've actually seen some videos for, and it actually looks really cool. So I just wanted to show you the anime style games that I bought so far. For the 3DS, I bought the One Piece RPG called Romance Dawn. I didn't even know this game had a limited print run. I hear it's a pretty average, above average JRPG, and supposedly I got copy 3,390 out of 16,800. So I could see this game being very hard to find in a very short period of time. But you know me, I don't really care about games being rare or being valuable. I kind of made a Facebook post that I just simply refuse to call games rare and valuable anymore, because I actually buy the games because I want to play the goddamn things. Anyway, the other 3DS game I got, I didn't even know it came out, and luckily EB Games had one copy left, and I bought it, and that's Professor Layton and the Azeron Legacy. So I picked that up as well. Even though I own all the Professor Layton games, I still haven't had a chance to finish them yet. I grabbed the other game I grabbed for the 3DS is I grabbed the Bravely Default Collector's Edition. I really love the professionalism, of a lot of these collector's editions, because I don't look at collector's editions, is this thing going to be worth money later on? For me, it's more about paying full price and showing support, to companies that make really excellent products. And I know Square Enix gets a lot of hate, but if you can actually get past the fanboyism, they can actually make and publish some really excellent titles. The other games I got for the PS3, you can't really get much more anime style than this, and that's Earth Defense Force 2025. I hear a lot of people really love this game, so I really wanted to add this one to the collection. The other PS3 game I got, it's not necessarily anime style, but it's from a series that I absolutely adore, and it's a series that I want to show my support to, even though this section of the series gets a lot of hate, and that's Castlevania Lords of Shadows 2. I know the original Lords of Shadows gets a lot of flack, but I consider myself a really patient gamer, and I'm sure I can enjoy the game for what it really is. So I just wanted to add this second game to the series, and the Lords of Shadow game for the 3DS, Mirror of Fate, I've actually really enjoyed. And obviously, guys, I guess for the last game, you can't really get more anime style than this, and I got the Tales of Symphonia Chronicles Collector's Edition. This set is literally absolutely beautiful and a must-have for any Tales fan. So I'm really lucky EV Games held on to a copy of that collector's set for me, because it's a very beautiful set, and to get two excellent games from the Tales of series, you know, is a treat upon itself, especially with all the other bonus content that box set offers. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. So anyway, guys, if any YouTubers are going to be in the Seattle area, just send me a message through YouTube, and you know, I hope I can go game hunting with some of you guys. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching another episode of The Completionist, crappy webcam version. So as always, take care, and I wish you nothing but the best. Later.